you have to find a way to get out of the imagination so that you can begin functioning from insight, from intuition, instead of functioning from the imagination. Wouldn't it be better to lead with intuition, to lead with wisdom, to lead with principle, to lead with common sense, to lead with patience? You see, you would be flowing from a source of endless originality, endless patience, endless love, endless wisdom. We were meant to function in accord with our grasp of and our rapport with our Creator, who gives us light. See, he doesn't give animals intuition. He doesn't give animals reason, but he gives it to humans. But you have to grasp it. You have to use it. Otherwise, you're just an animal, worse than an animal. So the secret is to find this inner light, to find this rapport with your inner fount of good. And the way to do that is to come back to the present, to reality, instead of being lost in the imagination. See, the imagination is an alternative to reality. You come back to reality and become still. The best way that I know to do that is to sit quietly and look at the inside of your eyelids. Because when you look at the inside of your eyelids, you then see little pixels of light, little patterns of light. And when you observe those little patterns of light, that little glow of light, when you're watching that, you're no longer lost in the imagination. You're in the present, looking at those patterns of light, instead of being pulled into imagination. And so there you are, looking at the little patterns of light, and at the same time, you become aware of your hand hanging by your side or in your lap. Become aware of your hand so that it tingles a little bit as you become aware of it. You notice it. You can actually feel the blood flowing into your hand. And you can extend your awareness of this light. You're watching this light. You can extend that light, that awareness, down into your hand. In other words, you funnel your awareness and the light into your hand so that your hand becomes an extension of this light which you are observing. It's an action that you initiated. Instead of responding, reacting to the outside, you, in observing the light, the spiritual light, you begin an action by noticing your hand and permitting the light to extend itself into your hand. Now you're very aware of your hand. You feel the blood flowing into it. You feel the tingling in your fingers. And you also are aware of the light in the middle of your forehead. When you look at the inside of your eyelids, it's as if you were looking through your forehead with your mind's eye. You're actually looking with your inner eye, with your awareness. It's like there were a big screen TV in front of you, big screen television. And on the big screen was little particles of little patterns of light. As you're watching that light, you're also aware of your hand. And you extend your awareness of your hand down to your hand. And your body is now an extension of your soul, of yourself, observing the light, allowing it to extend itself through you, to warm you, to enlighten you. And in a sense, your hand is one with, in other words, your inner self is now in control of your body. You're in touch with your body, in touch with your feelings in a new way, a way in which you're originating feeling, originating warmth, originating a flow of light that comes into you as you permit it to enter you and your hand. And now I'm very much aware of your hand. You can sense where your hand is. You can almost see an image of your hand, a vague image of your hand in your mind's eye as you look at that light. The real you is looking at the light, and the real you is moving your body. As you sit there, your hand feels warm, and you can turn your hand a little bit. As you turn your hand, you can almost sense where it is. You can almost see an image of it in your mind's eye, like a vague, shadowy image. As you look at the light, little particles of light on the inside of your eyelids. You can take your other hand. You can have both of your hands in front of you. You can sense where they're at. You can put your hands together. You feel the warmth. You feel the energy flowing between them. And you can sense where your hands are. You don't have to look at them with your real eyes. You can come and see where they're at with your mind's eye. You can raise your right hand and turn your hand so that the back of your hand is toward your forehead, and then move your hand toward your forehead. Your hand is in front of your forehead, and you move it toward your forehead. As you move it very, very slowly, very gently toward your forehead, it feels as though your hand is already at your forehead, but it can still move a little more, and a little more, and a little more. And you feel like you've reached your forehead, but your hand is still not touching your forehead, and you move it a little more, and a little more. And your hand is still not touching your forehead. You move it a little closer and a little closer. And finally, you can feel your hand delicately touching your forehead. You can put your hand in your lap. You're experiencing reality. You're in the present. You can hear perhaps a little noise outside or a computer hum, something. You see the little particles of light on the inside of your forehead, and you're aware of your hand. And you're experiencing reality, and the light in which you walk, in which you live and move and have your being penetrates your whole body. And now you must always be close to that inner light, from which you will get insight, from which you will get intuition, from which you will get love, warm love from your Creator. And you mustn't hate people anymore. You mustn't judge them and have a grudge against them and resent them. You must be patient with them. And you will be able to be patient with them, because patience will come to you from your rapport with the inner light from God. You must make getting close to your Creator through His light, through this very proper and simple meditation. You must make this the focal point of your existence. Every morning you should meditate, every noon, every evening. And as you go about your daily activities, you have it in the back of your mind, the thought that the light is there, that God is there, and all you have to do is just be aware, live in it, and love it. And be grateful. Be grateful for this little meditation that helps you to reconnect to your own inner ground of good.